Today in this video, we are going to go over the neighborhoods in Manhattan, Kansas, and what you can kind of expect. So if you're thinking about making a move here, this is a video for you. Thank you so much for checking out our video today. Again, my name is Kyle Powers with Haven Real Estate Group at eXp Realty. As always, if you have questions about things, please let me know. But otherwise, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Today, we are going to cover the videos. In this video, we are going to cover the neighborhoods of Manhattan, Kansas, and what you can kind of expect whenever you do get here. So zooming into our lovely state of Kansas, we'll go straight to Manhattan. And kind of out here, what you'll see, obviously we know that there's a lot of, if you watch any of my videos, you know that there's a lot of bodies of water around us. One of my favorite things that I really enjoy doing with my family, whether it's my kids, my wife, my parents in their area, I do enjoy boating. So being around some body of water or something like that is one of the things that I always push a lot, whether it be boating, canoeing, whatever it is. My kids, my family, and I, we really thoroughly enjoy the water. Could be camping, could be boating, could be canoeing down the river, could be all kinds of stuff. So it's always important for me to be somewhere close to that. And you can see Manhattan's right here, and Tuttle Creek Lake is very, very close to Manhattan. And then actually within a very close range to it, Milford Lake, you're probably about 45 minutes away on 18 and I-70 here. But you can go to Milford Lake, and it is the largest lake in the state of Kansas. So you have all that very close. Then as you can see, there's a river. Kansas River is running right here. So there's a lot of time, a lot of opportunity for canoeing, fishing, anything like that that you may be wanting to do. So first neighborhood we're going to start with, and I'm going to call it kind of a quote unquote neighborhood, is I'm going to do a generality of around the lake. You're going to see a lot of lake homes that are overlooking it. Tuttle Creek Lake is a core lake, so you will not have access and you will not own the ground touching the lake, because the core will have ground up off of the shoreline that gives them some room to do things. So you won't find anything around the lake that has access to the body of water, or at least legal access. The only thing you really will find is there's a marina that sits right here. This is the only marina on the lake that you can really pay attention to, because that's the one that has boat access. You can put a slip in there. You can, well, there you go. It's popping up right there. But you can have boat slip down there. There's a convenience store on that marina. There's all kinds of wonderful things in there. But the Tuttle Creek Lake is it's really long. You can see that. I've heard people call it Tuttle Puddle, all that kind of stuff. But realistically speaking, it is a nice lake. It's a dirty lake, but it's definitely a good place to go, and it's a good alternative to what we have here. So house lakes, you can definitely get some really nice, wonderful views of the lake and some things there. There's definitely a lot of ground around it that is doesn't have houses and stuff, so that's something to pay attention to as well. Coming into town, right off of Tuttle Creek Boulevard, you can kind of come down here. There's a neighborhood right in here. This is right here. This is Valleywood. Right here, this is what I call kind of the Brookville, Brookmont areas. And in this area, you're going to get, this is kind of a first-time home buyer-ish type neighborhood. It's a lower priced housing. I'm seeing houses anywhere priced from $100,000 up to $220,000. So there's a lot of differences on those there that you can kind of be paying attention to. And that's right here. This is right where Dwight D. Eisenhower Middle School is, and then Northview Elementary is right in this area as well. So you can definitely know that there's right here's the elementary school. But you can definitely have some really, really wonderful homes in this area. So definitely a good spot here that I would be, if you're looking for, anything ranging from $100,000 to $200,000, that's a good area to be in for sure. And wonderful neighborhood. Before I forget, thank you so much for checking out the channel. If you are enjoying this content, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content, and give us that like, because it does help us out. Sidebar on all of this, I will tell you that Manhattan, Kansas really is a wonderful, wonderful town, and there's not very many bad neighborhoods. Now, again, I will tell you that there's some bad neighbors. I know that. I've ran into a couple of them, but there's not a bad overall neighborhood. We really do have a wonderful town here. So that's my honest opinion about it. So I guess be aware of that before we go too terribly crazy with it all. Realistically, you can kind of keep coming down right here off of Casement. You can kind of come into here. You can see Manhattan Country Club. It's up here. There's some neighborhoods and some pockets around this area that are definitely some nice ones. But as you get closer, you can kind of see right here as you get closer to Kansas State University, and right here is K-State. That's pretty much that little rectangle-ish square piece of it. And again, I guess it's this rectangle, and then you've got some over here, but you've got a lot surrounding the campus. There's a lot of, I'm going to call it college housing. So be aware of that. Whenever you're in here, this is wonderful houses. They're older homes. Manhattan was built around the college, so you got to be aware of that. So a lot of our older homes are going to be around here. A lot of them have been converted to apartments, or have been converted to rentals and things that way. So pay attention to if you've got young kids. This is an area that you probably won't want to enjoy going to, because these are college areas. You're going to have 18, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds out on their own for the first time. So being aware of that is definitely something I would pay attention to. And that's right in here in this college, in this area, what I would call the college neighborhoods. Then you can kind of keep coming down here, and you'll see this area is kind of older part of Manhattan. And again, you've got Points right here, which if you've checked out any of my other videos, you'll see that Points has a lot of really good life being pushed back into it, which is amazing. So right in this area, you get some older homes. There's a lot of turnover happening right now in a good way. A lot of these used to be, back in my day when I was in college, a lot of these used to be college rentals, but they're no longer that way. You're getting a lot of people that are taking these older homes that were converted to apartments or things that way, and they're turning them back into single family homes. So you get these nice big two-story homes that have been just chopped up a lot, and these people are taking them and creating these really nice, beautiful places that I would definitely recommend looking at least if you like those older homes. You know, you're going to run into older home problems. You're going to have the stone foundations. Hopefully the electrical's been updated. Hopefully the plumbing's been updated. But you're going to run into those. But there's some really, really wonderful places, bungalows, some really nice bungalows in this area that I would definitely recommend checking out. And that's going to be right in this area right here. That definitely is a good spot. And then this is City Park. Again, if you've checked out any of my other videos, we've got some stuff around the playgrounds and around the trail, and what this is, 1 square mile. But this is down where everything happens pretty much. You have power play on Points every year for the football team that happens here. This is Points, and then you've got, if you zoom in a little closer, this is called Aggieville, which is Morrow. And this is where a lot of restaurants and bars and things like that'll be there. So if you're down in this area, you're going to be walking distance to pretty much everything there. Then kind of coming back around here, you've got Sunset Zoo. The high school is right in here as well. Some good neighborhoods here. And then really jumping into back over here, this is what I call Stag Hill. You can get a lot of really wonderful homes in this neighborhood as well. Again, these are going to range anywhere from 200 to 350. Some are popping up for about 400 in these neighborhoods. You can catch a couple over here behind 𝐿 and up here in Briarwood. This is where you're going to get some newer builds. Just kind of, they're not going to be brand new, but they're going to be newer than the early 1900s, like what you get over here. So, but these have been built. These are some really good neighborhoods. Right up here in Dundee, Dehoff, Allison, I've got some really wonderful clients that live in these areas, as well as up here in that Sumac, Kingwood area as well. So, and you can see that right here is Genesis Health Clubs. This one's literally, oh goodness, I want to say a year or two old as of making this video. But this one really, if you, let's see if I can get into it. Yeah, so this is almost brand new, quote unquote. It's been open for a hot minute, but it's really giving a lot of this area to making sure that this gets cleaned up and make sure it stays in a good area there too. So, but that's kind of the Briarwood, Stag Hill area. That's what I would recommend looking in that neighborhood. Then if you zoom in a little here, what you're looking at is Miller Parkway neighborhood, which again, this is when Manhattan really kind of boomed, if you will. Miller Parkway was the hub of all of that. And so what happened is that there literally was all throughout here, there are neighborhoods that you are being built that within the last 10 to 15, within the last 10 years, quite honestly. So about 2000, 2010 or 2012, 2010-ish, right in there is about when that really started happening. It's probably a little bit before that, but really a lot of wonderful, wonderful homes. You're going to catch some homes up here that are minimum. I mean, you're looking at 300 to, I've seen some up here that are of $800,000-$900,000 homes up in this neighborhood. And you've got some really, like up here in Grand Bluff Courts. Let's see if I can switch this over here. Yeah, so these homes right here overlook Fort Riley Boulevard, Highway 18, and it literally just overlooks an open field. And these are up on top of a hill here. These are beautiful, beautiful places. So kind of depends on the views that you have as well, that what you'd be kind of looking at there. So then kind of keeping moving on at all. That's Miller Parkway. Then I would call right in here probably some of my favorite homes, just because I'm not a fan of cookie cutter homes. That's a personal preference. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But there's a lot right in here. This is what I call pretty much right here at E.J. Frick and Dartmouth and everything. This is the College Hill neighborhoods. And there are some beautiful, beautiful, unique properties in this area that I would definitely recommend. If we can get you into some of those, definitely recommend checking these out, because it's a beautiful properties over here too. Then you've got this one little street here, which is Cherry Hill. These homes are phenomenal. These are hidden. It's very, very hard to find sometimes, but if you go back in here, there's some beautiful places that are, those are $1 million properties right there. So they don't come on the market very often, I'll tell you that. Kind of coming into, let's go over, hit a couple of these neighborhoods here. This is called Wyndham Heights, right here, Barrington, Wyndham Heights, and Wycliffe in that area. Some really wonderful homes. Again, there's been you're looking at about anywhere from 400 to 700,000 in these homes. These are big homes in this area that, they're built in the early or late 90s on a lot of these. And so there's a lot of doctors, a lot of lawyers and things that live in this, people that live in this neighborhood. Wonderful little place. Check that one out. Sharingbrook is another one. If this is my favorite neighborhood to get into during the holidays, because everybody always does a really good job of doing a lot of Christmas lights and things like that too. So Sharingbrook's a wonderful one. Sharingbrook, you're looking, probably anywhere from 500 to $1 million on these. These are just big, big homes and beautiful homes too. And these are, again, 80s typically in Sharingbrook on that one. Then the Seco Park neighborhood, near and dear to my heart. I used to live right here on Wreath. So the Seco Park neighborhood is, you're getting homes over here for anywhere from 150 to up to, some of those are going for north of 250 at this point in time, depending on if they've been flipped. I know there's one on Wreath that just sold for about 320. So that neighborhood is really up and coming as well. There's a lot of people going in and doing some updates and things there. I know some people are going to catch this, but so I used to live right here on Wreath, pretty much right here. I literally moved over here to Virginia. I'm over here on Virginia now. So this is called the State Streets for obvious reasons. You can see Vermont, Virginia, Indiana. I mean, so it's obvious reasons why it's the State Streets. I never thought I would be this in love with a neighborhood. I love the State Streets. And if you check out some of my other neighborhoods, you'll kind of get some neighborhood tours and things that way too. But the State Streets are beautiful. I love it there. It's really family oriented. And again, you're going to think I'm pouring into this neighborhood. Well, I am, because I have a personal relationship with that neighborhood. I live there, and I love this area. So got some good friends that live in this neighborhood too. So anyway, this is a wonderful neighborhood. Definitely check that one out. You can get anywhere from 190 to 350 probably in this neighborhood. Definitely some good ones, some good homes for you to check out here. And then over here, I'm going to jump over to Candlewood. This is, truthfully, I really thought my wife and I were going to move to this area. I love Candlewood. It's a wonderful neighborhood as well. I really like the mature neighborhoods, a little bit older homes, typically because if you know me, I like to update homes. I like to go through that aspect of it all and make sure that we get that. So Candlewood's a good, really, really good neighborhood too. Again, it's very similar to the State Streets. You're going to get anything from 175,000 up to 300 and some odd thousand. You're going to get a wide range because there are people going in and remodeling some of these and some things there too. So this one right here, the Cheryl, Terrace, Ella Lane, this area, this is a very similar one as well to Candlewood. There's a lot of older homes, like I'm saying, like 50s, 60s, 70s, that people are going in and updating these. So you're getting a good range of 175 to 350 in this neighborhood as well. So yeah, so kind of going in, actually we just have a, right here on James, we have a one of our flips that is actually in the process of closing out as well. And then kind of the final neighborhood, probably one of the ones that we are probably most known for in Manhattan, is Colbert Hills. This is also a hub of our big push for our growth and everything in Manhattan. Colbert Hills used to be the #1 public golf course in Kansas, and we really took that and ran with it. Our developers did. And there's a huge development going around that area. We've got townhomes, we've got condos, you've got $1 million plus homes overlooking the properties. You've got all kinds of stuff that you can really plug right into, and you can see the course going right here. But there's all kinds of stuff being built that you can really plug into and have a lot of golf community and things this way. But if you don't want to golf, that's fine too. Just know that they're here, that you can really kind of get into this one and know that there's a lot of opportunity in this neighborhood as well. So real quick, I'm going to zoom out because there are properties that I don't want to necessarily hit properties in general, but you can see all the green around here. Manhattan is a very unique opportunity because there is land, there are stuff around that you can really get away from it all and get away and get some property like acreage and get it for decent pricing. I mean, you got to kind of pay attention because you're going to get into the fact of how nice is the home. I guess one neighborhood I forgot to mention is over here. Over here in this neighborhood, there's a lot of newer builds. A lot of our development is going east right now because we are very close, and Wamego and Manhattan are both growing this direction. But anyway, so here's the thing. Manhattan, I guarantee you we've got a neighborhood for you. There's a lot of opportunity here for us. So if you do have any questions, or if you do need something, or just have a general question about this video and anything that way, please don't hesitate to reach out. I really would love to talk with you. I am one of those sick individuals that actually enjoys what they do. So give me a call. My number is 785-477-5485. My email is 𝐃𝐨𝐵𝐿@𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐛𝐬. As always, if you need something, call me, reach out. We'll see what we can do to get you taken care of. But this is Manhattan. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for checking out the video today. I really do appreciate it. If you do enjoy this content and it is stuff that you want to know more and more about, please do not hesitate to reach out. My number is 785-477-5485. My email is 𝐃𝐨𝐿@𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐛𝐬. And as always, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content. And give us that like because it does help us out with the channel. And like I like to end everything, if you are ever interested in buying, selling, investing, or anything real estate related in the real estate market in Manhattan, Kansas, please reach out. I do enjoy what I do here, and I do enjoy helping people like yourself to make sure that we make your transition to Manhattan very easy. Until next video, we'll talk to you soon.